All right, Giants fans, buckle up, because we got a lot to unpack today. It's a tough day in Big Blue Nation as the New York Giants take another tumble in the latest MNQB power rankings, sliding all the way down to number 29 after a frustrating Week 6 loss to the previously winless New Orleans Saints. I mean, come on, folks. Losing to a team that hadn't sniffed a victory all season? That's the kind of gut punch that has fans at MetLife Stadium shaking their heads and reaching for the nearest hot dog to drown their sorrows. But don't turn off the TV just yet, because there's plenty to talk about. Some good, some bad, and a whole lot of what's next for our beloved Giants. So let's dive in and break down what happened, why it stings so much, and what it means for the rest of the season. First, let's set the stage. The Giants were coming off a surprising Week 4 upset over the Los Angeles Chargers, a team that was undefeated at the time. Mind you, that win had us all dreaming of a turnaround, with Big Blue climbing to number 25 in Connor Orr's MNQB power rankings. For a moment, it felt like the Giants were finally finding their groove. Daniel Jones was slinging the ball with confidence. The defense was bringing the heat, and the energy at MetLife was electric. But fast forward to Week 6, and, well, it's like someone pulled the plug on that momentum. The Giants fell 1-4 on the season after an ugly loss to the Saints, a team that, let's be honest, they should have handled with ease. Instead, New Orleans rookie quarterback Spencer Rattler looked like a seasoned pro out there, carving up the Giants' defense like it was a Thanksgiving turkey. So what went wrong? Let's dig into the details. The game itself was a masterclass in missed opportunities. Turnovers were the name of the game, and not the good kind. The Giants coughed up the ball multiple times, and while some of those mistakes can be chalked up to young rookies still learning the ropes in the NFL, that's not the whole story. According to Pro Football Focus, the Giants pressured Rattler on 38.7% of his dropbacks. Pretty solid, right? But here's the kicker. They only managed one quarterback hit and 0 sacks. 0. I mean, come on. This is the Giants defense we're talking about, a unit that's supposed to be the pride of New York, with a legacy of guys like Lawrence Taylor and Michael Strahan striking fear into quarterbacks. But on Sunday, Rattler had all the time in the world to sit back, sip some Gatorade, and pick his targets. By halftime, the Saints had erased an 11-point Giants lead, and Big Blue never recovered. It's the kind of performance that leaves you wondering if the defense forgot to set their alarms for game day. Now, let's talk about the offense for a second, because it wasn't exactly a banner day for them either. Daniel Jones, the Giant embattled quarterback, has been under the microscope all season, and games like this don't help his case. Jones has shown flashes of brilliance, like that gritty performance against the Chargers. But against the Saints, he looked like he was trying to do too much. The turnovers weren't all on him, but as a QB, he's the one who takes the heat. And let's not forget the running game, or lack thereof. If Saquon Barkley is still wearing blue, and we're all praying he stays a Giant for life, he wasn't getting much help from the offensive line. The Saints' front seven was living in the Giants' backfield, and it felt like every handoff was a recipe for a 2-yard loss. It's tough to watch, folks, because when this team clicks, they can move the ball with the best of them. But on Sunday, they were stuck in neutral. So what's the bigger picture here? This loss isn't just about one bad day. It's raising some serious questions about the direction of the franchise. Head coach Brian Daboll, who came in with so much promise after his time as Buffalo's offensive coordinator, is starting to feel the heat. The Giants are now 1-4, and with a brutal stretch of games coming up, including 2 matchups against the Philadelphia Eagles in the next 3 weeks, plus tilts against the Denver Broncos and San Francisco 49ers, it's hard to see where the next win is coming from. Daboll's fiery sideline demeanor and creative play calling won over fans early on, but losses like this one have folks wondering if he's the right guy to lead Big Blue back to glory. And let's be real. In New York, patience is about as rare as a parking spot in Manhattan. If the Giants don't turn things around soon, the calls for change are only going to get louder. But before we get too doom and gloom, let's take a step back and put this in context. The Giants have been here before, haven't they? This is a franchise with a storied history, one that's weathered plenty of storms. Think about it. The New York Giants are 4-time Super Bowl champions, with iconic moments etched in NFL lore. Who could forget David Tyree's helmet catch in Super Bowl 42 when Eli Manning and company stunned the undefeated New England Patriots? Or Super Bowl 46 when Manning outdueled Tom Brady again, cementing his legacy as a Giants legend? Those victories weren't just wins. They were proof that the Giants can rise to the occasion when the stakes are highest. And let's not forget the passionate fan base that fills MetLife Stadium, rain or shine, chanting, "Let's go Giants," with the kind of energy that could power the New York skyline. This team has heart, and even in tough times, that's something to hold on to. Let's talk numbers for a second, because the stats tell a story of their own. The Giants' defense, which was supposed to be the backbone of this team, is allowing an average of 27.3 points per game through Week 6, ranking them in the bottom third of the league. Compare that to last season, when they were a top 10 unit, holding opponents to just 21.5 points per game. What's changed? Well, injuries haven't helped. Key players like linebacker Azeez Ojulari have been banged up, and the secondary has struggled to replace departed veterans. Offensively, the Giants are averaging just 18.6 points per game, a far cry from the high-flying attacks led by Eli Manning in his prime. And then there's the turnover differential. The Giants are -5 on the season, meaning they're giving the ball away more than they're taking it. In the NFL, that's a recipe for disaster. But it's not all bad news, Giants fans. Let's not forget that this team did beat the Chargers, a team that was 5-0 and looking like a playoff lock. That game showed what the Giants are capable of when everything clicks. Daniel Jones went 23 for 31 for 245 yards and 2 touchdowns with no picks. The defense, led by Dexter Lawrence clogging up the middle, sacked Justin Herbert 3 times and forced 2 turnovers. And the special teams? Graham Gano was money, as usual, drilling a 48-yard field goal to seal the deal. It was the kind of complete performance that had fans dreaming of a wild card spot. So the question is, which Giants team is the real one? The one that upset the Chargers, or the one that laid an egg against the Saints? To get some perspective, I reached out to a few folks around the league. Well, let's pretend I did, because this is the kind of insight you'd hear on SportsCenter. Imagine Giants defensive end Kayvon Thibodeau sitting down after practice, sweat still dripping from his helmet. But they need to play with more consistency. If they can steal a win against Philly, watch out. This could be the start of something special. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree. The Giants have been counted out before, and they've always found a way to surprise us. So Giants fans, here's your call to action. Get ready for Thursday night. Clear your schedules, grab your jerseys, and head to MetLife or your favorite sports bar. Let's make some noise for Big Blue as they take on the Eagles in a game that could define their season. Win or lose, we're in this together. And there's nothing like Giants football to bring us all together. Keep the faith, keep the passion, and let's go Giants.